Hey, what's going on? Thank you for selecting this video. I am making this quick video, giving my insight, thoughts, views, and opinions on the visual tribute called "All Screwed Up." Now, this is about DJ Screw, the origins of DJ Screw, and kind of a very brief summary of his legacy, which to me is a disservice since he's created a culture for not only the city but the world. Now, from my understanding, the director, again, and this is no disrespect to the director, as I understand that there is a lot of work that goes into a project like this. However, my inclination from when I saw the trailer at the very beginning, a few months ago, let me months ago, there was this trailer that was released this tribute, All Screwed Up. Now we watched it. I was under the impression that it was a film, like a full length film. I didn't have it. We didn't have much information about the project other than that. Rumors were circulating that this was part of a series that was possibly going to Netflix. I didn't really have much of an idea of what the project was, and I don't think neither was did the director. I think truthfully this was a trailer that was made with a series of little clips here and there that were snippet together and made this tribute. Now, in order um, to have watched this tribute, you would have need to have purchased a how would I put this? Like a collectible case that was made. It had a holographic card. It had a cassette tape that was a special mix for DJ Screw, and a cassette player. I mean, and just little things. There's nothing too crazy. Came in a cool box, I suppose, but inside of the box was a code that would have allowed you to view it on the day that it was released, which was November 16th, 2020, which was the 20-year anniversary of DJ Screw's passing. Now, mind you, again, we were given this teaser earlier in the year, and I was pretty thrilled. I was excited. I mean, it was probably one of the coolest trailers I had ever seen. And I mean, in the trailer, it even has that little. I don't know if you've ever been to the movies when they have those trailers, and it goes like there's like a slow mo scene, and it goes boom like that. That that little bass drop that they do. This had it. This had it. So in my mind, I was thinking this was a movie. But then we get this. As the day's approaching, um, I followed the Instagram page on it, and there's people that are kind of concerned because they haven't gotten their box yet, or there was a delay in it. And there was some concern in the commenting section. The other issue I had as well with this thing was that, or the project was that Donnie Houston, who is a podcaster out there in Houston, Texas, amongst other things, but I follow him specifically for his podcast. If you get a chance to go, check out another podcast in regards to the Houston culture, Donnie Houston is definitely top. He's in my top two right now. But in any case, he had a interview with Al D, and who is like DJ Screw's right hand man. And in the interview, Aldi was saying that that this movie wasn't exactly all that it was cut out to be, which to me kind of raised some. I think it raised some eyebrows. The film was projected to be only 27 minutes long, but in the interview, Aldi was like, "Nah, it's more like 18 minutes." 18 minutes versus 27 minutes. There's some that's quite a bit of a discrepancy there. So somebody was lying, and I wasn't sure. Aldi doesn't come off to me as a guy who does that. He seems very authentic and genuine. So I wasn't too sure what he meant by that. But I mean, other than that, the film was only 18 minutes long. The day has arrived for the DJ Screw debut. I couldn't find myself to fork over 150 or even $100 the access code. So I missed out on the debut. However, somebody had leaked it online. And so me being, bastard and a curious cat at that, I clicked on it and it was somebody had recorded it. And so I watched it from there. And maybe it was because I was watching it from a third party, whatever. Maybe I didn't get in depth with the movie. But when I watched it, needless to say, it was very underwhelming. The acting was okay, I suppose. The movie felt kind of rushed, and they're not going to call it a movie because I think they're trying to kind of save face. But I mean, when you have a director, when you got actors, when you have scripts, it's a movie. Okay, let's stop beating around the bush. It's a movie. But in any case, I watched it and I felt it felt rushed. I couldn't get any connection to the characters in the movies or the actors. Normally in a movie, there's some kind of rapport that you build with the person that's watching. The actor and me, the viewer. There's some kind of connection that's made that you feel connected, that you could see yourself part of this person. I didn't get that from that film, especially in the youth part of DJ Screw. He was only a kid for like 2 minutes in the movie, and boom, he was an adult. I felt like that was missed opportunities, and I understand. This was a very tight budgeted, project, and that it seemed like it was kind of rushed because there was a deadline on it. But I feel that when you're going to make a movie like this, or when you're going to make a project like this, I would rather you drop it on a random day of the year than to do it on the 20-year anniversary and it's kind of subpar, or mediocre at best. Again, I just didn't get that connection with it, and it was nothing against the actors. They did their part. They played their roles. Each one of them did okay. The director, I understand if he sees this, he's going to see this, and do not take this as a diss. Do not take this as me talking shit about your movie. This is me being 100% honest, and I feel that as someone that jam screw, and was a fan of the trailer, I was hoping that the movie would convey the same excitement, because it was very riveting. But again, I didn't get that from the movie. I see the vision. I see where he was going with it. But again, like I said, I think that it was just, I feel like it was rushed. I feel like it was rushed. And I tried to watch the movie with no expectations, with an open mind, thinking that, okay, but again, I just didn't get that. I think, I don't know. I feel like, and as far as the 18 minutes to the 27 minutes discrepancy, the reason that it was 27 minutes long, as opposed to what Aldi was saying, the 18 minutes, was because they had put some animation slides in it. That was kind of more of an artistic touch to it. I was digging it, but you only can do that for so long. You know what I mean? You don't want to be a one-trick pony where that's kind of dividing. Like, you got to switch it up. For instance, in an example of it is like on Kill Bill. One of the assassins, it's like on the very first one is, I forgot the name of the lady, but Lucy Liu's a character. I forgot. Oh, you guys comment, let me know what it is in the bottom. But in any case, when they explain her story, the origins, it went from live action to anime, right? Which was a cool touch that Quentin Tarantino did. But he only did it for that one part. And then, throughout the movie, it was, the action sequences and all that stuff. But he only did the anime that one part. He didn't do it throughout the whole movie. And I felt like, with DJ Screw, with the All Screwed Up tribute, there was just way too much of it. The other issue that I had with it was that there was the music. I don't know if maybe he didn't get the clearance to use DJ Screw's music for it, or maybe he was having issues with it. But, there was tracks on there from other artists, which I guess I'm for and I'm against. I'm for it because it, if I hear a catchy tune, I'm like, oh, okay, well, who's this? And then somebody new. It's a new artist that I'm gonna probably Spotify, or not Spotify, but Kazam, I think that's what it is. Shazam, that's what it is. Shazam. I'm gonna Shazam the song. Like, oh, okay, I liked it. Just like any other movie. But I felt like if it's gonna be a tribute to DJ Screw, Do all of DJ Screw. You don't have to put, newer artists. I felt like that was just kind of, um, I don't know. To me, I would have just, um, I would have just kept it Screw all the way through. And there was parts when he did play it, but it was just 5 seconds here, 5 seconds there. It's like, man, come on, man. Like, we trying to get into this movie, and I can't do it when I'm, if I hear Post Malone in the background, it's just, um, again, this movie, like I said, it felt like it was rushed. I feel though, as I feel as though maybe this the director, and I keep calling him the director because I don't want to say his name. You can find out what it is, but again, this is not an insult. This is not a diss to him. I feel like he meant well, but as we all know, the road to hell, paved with good intention. But I can see the vision. So what I'll say is this to the director who's watching this: if you are watching this, please do not take this as me shitting all over your project. I understand this takes time, and maybe you didn't have the resources for it, but it takes time. And I felt like for this one being a project like this, it was a big, I think for something like this, it was a big, it was a tall order, I should say, and it was going to be a hit or a miss. And I think a lot of people, it was received well from other folks. A lot of people liked it too. So, again, I'm just speaking on my end from what I was expecting versus to what I saw. Now, some people were blown away with it. It was the best thing in the world, and if it was for you, well, great. But I did see a lot of mixed emotions and a lot of mixed reviews about it. The other thing that I would say to the director, whoever's running your media, stop deleting those negative messages. I understand we're going to have trolls out there, but if you're not going to keep it 100 or be transparent on your project, then probably shouldn't put it out. And again, this is not me being an asshole, but I'm just like, hey, same thing. I'm putting out this video. Some people are going to talk shit on it, but you know what? that just comes with it. My suggestion is if somebody has something to say about it, reach out to them. Hey, what would you change differently? What would be something that you think would be will put the twist on it? Again, I understand it's your vision. You're the director. You're the boss on this thing. But we as fans, there's a reason why DJ Screw was so beloved, and it's because we all had a fondness for it, for him and the culture. And I feel like I said with this project, it was just a little rushed, man, just a little rushed. But again, I think this was a good stepping stone. I think that if you're going to make a project like this, to make sure that you get the blessings on everybody's, on everybody's, on whoever is portrayed in this, or whoever, give credit where credit's due. I know there's a lot of, politics behind these things anyways, but I think, this could be a good start to, something bigger. Do a Big Mo. I mean, you got Big Mo, you got Fat Pat, you got Big Hawk, you got all these artists that I think maybe you could somehow tie into this thing. I don't know. This is just me speaking as a fan. And maybe circle back around, maybe making an extended version or true extended version of all these sequences of DJ Screw. I know that's a big project, and I may be talking out of my ass and not know what the hell I'm saying. But me as a fan, again, I feel as though there is something that could be done with this. I'm nobody. I'm just a guy sitting, I'm just an armchair director, I suppose. But I feel, like I said, with the director, I think they have a good vision. I think this would probably be a good starting point. And for us, I mean, nobody was a Steven Spielberg right out the gate. Steven Spielberg made some shit movies, just like Quentin Tarantino. Just like Michael Bay, they all had to start somewhere. So I think this is a good project. And like I said, I look forward to seeing how everything turns out. If you make a part 2, or if you make a series on this, I would again ask, definitely to make sure you do your homework and take your time. This is not a race. We, as much as we had loved, to see a full-length film, I would have waited another year or so to get your shit straight on this one. But like I said, all right, we'll see. We'll see. Again, guys, if y'all have a difference of opinions, I please appreciate y'all commenting below. Let me know y'all's thoughts. If you feel like, if you feel the same way as me, let me know. Like I said, for me, this film was something that, uh, you know, it's not bad, it's not good, but it was there. And like I said, I think with the director, on him working on this project, the creator, I think you could definitely go somewhere with this. So again, appreciate y'all's time. Y'all guys have a safe. We're getting ready to have Thanksgiving here in just a bit, so y'all guys, wash y'all's hands, wash y'all's asses. In the meantime, y'all guys be safe. Peace.